As Psalm 23 reminds us, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." What beautiful assurance we have in our shepherd's constant presence. For the Lord's faithful love surrounds his children at all times. When shadows close in and hope flickers low, remember the unfailing love of God. For his compassion never ends. It is new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. Perhaps you feel weighed down by trials today. Dark valleys and giants loom large while strength fails. But even in the midnight hour, we are not devoid of hope. Dawn will break again. This test is only temporary, but God's steadfast love is eternal. Like David, maybe you cry out, "How long must I wrestle with my thoughts and day after day have sorrow in my heart?" Take courage, beloved child. The Lord hears your prayer. Let him comfort you as a mother comforts her child. You are safe under the shelter of his wing. Though weeping may last through the night, joy comes with the morning light. The Maker of heaven and earth promises to turn your wailing into dancing. Trust in him to restore your joy completely. Has he not proved himself faithful time and again? The God who unleashed the Red Sea before Moses remains mighty to save. Take heart, remembering his wondrous works. Not one of his promises has ever failed. His love spans the eons. Surely he who has guided thus far will lead you home. Perhaps loneliness threatens to engulf you today. Yet we have this assurance in Hebrews 13:5. Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. You are never alone. The Lord himself goes before you. He is your constant companion through every valley. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. His love surrounds you always. He will provide strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. As Lamentations 3 promises, because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. Hold fast to this truth. Come, pour out your heart to him. Tell Jesus your burdens and leave them at the foot of his cross. Wait patiently as he works all things for your good. He remains sovereign over the storm. The night is darkest just before the dawn. Redemption is nearer than when you first believed. Dear friends, take new courage. The God who stays the hand of the destroyer remains mighty to save. His heart is moved with compassion for you. See the sun's first light crest the horizon. He who conquered death has overcome your every foe. Not one trial can snatch you from the Father's hands. You are safe in his love forevermore. God bless you. May his comfort surround you like a warm blanket, assuring you of his constant presence. You are deeply loved, now and always. Now let's reflect on 3 powerful stories that exemplify God's faithful love through all seasons. First, consider Joseph in Genesis. Sold into slavery by his brothers, Joseph endured betrayal and isolation. Yet even in prison, he clung to God's promise that one day he would rule. In time, Joseph was vindicated and exalted. His story proves God remains at work behind the scenes. Next, look at Job. After losing everything, Job cried out in anguish, yet he refused to curse God. Despite intense suffering, Job trusted the Lord's faithfulness. God blessed Job doubly in the latter days of his life. When all else fails, God's love remains firm. Finally, meditate on Lazarus in John 11. Jesus arrived too late and Lazarus perished, but Christ turned mourning into dancing by raising Lazarus from the dead. Jesus conquered the grave that day, foreshadowing our eternal hope. However dark the tomb, God's light shines brighter. Dear friends, just like Joseph, Job, and Lazarus, you too will encounter trials. But through each one, God's purposes prevail. When you pass through the waters, he will be with you. No valley is too dark for his light. Take heart today, weeping endures only for the night. Joy comes with the dawn. I pray these accounts stir fresh hope in your soul. Our God is not limited by earthly limitations. His power turns weeping into joy, death into life. Trust him beyond what you can see. Rest in the knowledge that he who began a good work in you will carry it to completion. God is for you. Who can stand against? May his unfailing love surround you today. He is faithful. He will not forget you. You are deeply loved. Now I want to share 3 powerful verses to claim when you feel overwhelmed by darkness. First, remember Psalm 30:5. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. Your tears and trials have an expiration date. Joy will dawn again. Next, declare Lamentations 3:22-23. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. However deep the pit, his mercy is deeper still. Finally, proclaim Isaiah 43:2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. You are never alone in your valley of trouble. The Lord himself walks each step with you. Hide these promises deep in your heart. May their hope ignite fresh courage within you. Our compassionate Savior will carry you through the darkest nights. As Psalm 34:18 declares, the Lord is close to the broken-hearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. You are deeply loved, so come, weary traveler, find rest in the shelter of his wing. Christ, your burden-bearer, invites you to lay every grief upon his shoulders. He will exchange your ashes for beauty, your mourning for joy. Trust in his timing. It is perfect. Take heart that rescue is near. God bless you abundantly, beloved child. I pray you feel the nearness of Jesus right where you are. You are not alone. His Spirit will comfort and guide you each step of the way home. May his unwavering love surround you today and always. Now I want to leave you with 3 key truths to recall when storms assail your soul. First, remember that weeping is temporary, but joy comes eternally with the dawn. As Psalm 30 declares, weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. No night is so dark that morning's light will not arrive. Second, God's compassions are new every morning. As Lamentations 3 testifies, because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Fresh mercy greets you at each sunrise. Finally, the Lord himself walks with you through the waters and flame. As Isaiah 43 promises, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. You never face a trial alone. His presence comforts and upholds. Let these truths revive your weary soul. The dawn approaches. Take heart. Until that day of rejoicing, find rest in the shelter of his love. He is faithful. He will not forget you. You are deeply and dearly loved. God bless you abundantly. May you feel Christ's presence tangibly near as you abide in him. He will lead you out of this valley victoriously. Hold fast to his promises. They will never fail. Keep your eyes fixed on things above. Your hope is secure in his unfailing love.